A knowledge is always, vidya is knowledge. That's why it was always gifted. Knowledge was never bought. Knowledge was always gifted. Vidya danam. Knowledge was always given away because it was so precious that everybody must have knowledge. Why? Because ignorance is the biggest hurdle for the buddhi. The biggest hurdle is ignorance. Any ignorance. When you don't know something, it is the most frustrating thing. Even how to cook if you don't know, how to make tea you don't know, how to open a lock you don't know. You don't know how to enter a plane, you don't know, name it, any form of ignorance. You don't know what's going on in your neighbor's house. Very annoying. You should know everything going on in that person's house. So this ignorance is such a thing. It is a big hurdle even in fulfilling devotion. And therefore, learning of the understanding, the tatparya, the intention of Gita study or study of the Vedanta, study of the revelations. Why do we say study? Why do we say? Why don't you just practice? They say no, why do you need to study? Just do your yoga practice. You don't need to study scriptures. I'm sorry. What are you practicing if you don't have any understanding? Okay? A practice is for what? And whether this practice is taking me where I need to go. First of all, know what is your destination. Where is it you want to go? What is the destination? Then you take a path to reach there, isn't it? And therefore, importance in accessing the revelations is really a very, very important thing. That I must study the scriptures. People study the scriptures for different reasons, There are poets who study, they look at the scriptures poetically. Oh, Bhagavad Gita, what meter is it? Anushtup meter, Trishtup meter. Some perception is through poetry. There are people, grammarians, who look at the same scripture grammatically, poetically. There are people who look at the Gita and he is a big historian, so he wants to analyze whether Gita was really taught by Lord Krishna to Arjuna. He goes into history. Why do you go into history? Gita is sitting in front of you, study. But he puts in his effort, historical perspectives, geographical perspectives. Where is Kurukshetra? So we have different outlooks. Some are attracted to the genealogy. Oh, let us look at Mahabharata genealogy, Let us look at the dynasty. You can do whatever you want, but what is the intention of this scripture? What is it trying to give you? It's trying to take us, lead a human being to moksha, lead a human being into tranquility, into self-discovery, into freedom from fear, into the oneness of the triad, that this triad is not three, it is, all that is here is one. Know yourself in that dimension, in that higher nature, and you will be free. This is a message the Bhagavad Gita is giving, and therefore the learning, educating myself in the scriptures is a very essential to, devotion. Minus this, it stands as a hurdle. Devotion will remain as a transient emotion, comes and goes. Ayyappa Puja, I go, I'm a great devotee in Ayyappa Puja. I'm a great devotee when some pilgrimage comes. Other times, what are you? I am a great survivor of this planet. That means fighting with everybody. I am an activist, I stir up people's emotions. Hey, so what are you otherwise when you're not in your transient emotion? And so here, learning the scripture is an important point we wish to make to overcome a hurdle in the pursuit of devotion.